me in front of guests. I started working in a hotel after I graduated from high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life and decided to take a break. At work, I got very uncomfortable times, and sometimes I had to take double shifts. Let me point out that I didn't get an introduction, but was thrown into the job and had to learn everything on my own. I don't want to brag about myself, but I'm a very quick learner. That's not bragging, that's just stating facts. My boss was an a-hole. He would yell at me in front of guests, call me stupid, and question why I couldn't do something. Well, a student is only as good as the teacher. Those of you who have worked in hotels and service know what hell you can have with guests, and they complain about the slightest thing to get their money back. I decided to quit because I couldn't handle being treated so recklessly. On my last day, I had a guest that I could already see when she stepped through the door that this woman is Lucifer up sent from hell. Goody. It's summer and the hotel is fully booked. She pushes her way into the queue and yells at everyone. No one could stand her, so they let her pass. She reserved 3 rooms for 12 people, 3 double rooms for 12 people. I explained this was not allowed and there were no rooms left. Then she starts yelling at me and wants to talk to my boss and threatened to post me on Facebook. Okay, Karen, you think people care? My boss came out and apologized to this Karen and said I hadn't worked there for long. Bruh, it was my 2nd year. He upgraded one of their rooms and downgraded another guest rooms who hadn't checked in. He thus let 3 people stay in the double room plus and the rest divided into 2 double rooms standard. Whatever floats your boat. This sounds like it's about to be very chaotic though. The manager scolded me in front of all the guests for saying to him that it was unfair to those who were downgraded who had paid more for the room, but that it also went against the rules for fire risk. The boss was furious when I said that, and there would be a deduction from the salary and I would not be allowed to work there. I was really angry. I thought it was my last day and I decided to take revenge. The next guest that was going to check in after Karen turned out to be the guest who had been downgraded. The guest asked about which room they had been given and wanted to double check if it was the same room they paid for. I knew I would get in for it, so I decided to tell the guests what had happened. I apologized and gave them a goodie bag. The guest was very surprised and wanted to talk to the manager. He wondered why they had been downgraded. The boss yelled at me and said I'm ignorant and stupid, that I was worthless and did not deserve anything good. He apologized to the guests and said that I lied. My eyes filled with tears and couldn't say anything. But here's the best part. It turned out the guests who were downgraded were inspectors. Woohoo! Who were unloaded as a couple to see how the hotel worked. My boss had to apologize to me at a staff meeting and was later fired for what he had done. Karma, my friends, it always comes back like a boomerang. Can we just collectively let out a sigh of relief and happiness and just pure satisfaction? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Delightfully fetty. You see, on my last day I had a guest that I could already see when she stepped through the door that this woman was a Lucifer sent from hell. If this was your last day, how was it you were at a staff meeting after this event to get the apology? Seems fishy to me. OP responds, the inspectors took note of how he treated me. Therefore, I received a message from the CEO who invited me to their staff meeting. As it was me, he violated. I also got a job offer, but I turned it down. You might think it's weird, but I wanted to hear him apologize to me when he made me feel bad constantly for 2 years. 2 years, eh? I wouldn't be able to put up with that for 2 weeks, let alone 2 years. My goodness. Guys, just so you know, you don't have to put up with people like that. There's a reason why there's job bureaus and stuff, people that you can report these types of things to. It might be a bit of a hassle to go through, but in the end, you're also saving other people from being treated that way. The worst part is they treat you so poorly that you have to quit so you don't get severance. Terrible. Does anyone have a good manager? I just feel like the vast majority of them really are just glorified high school bullies. I'm very curious to know. Let me know in the comments.
I have.
My dear, I wish you were just a little bit pettier. I wish you moved in the shadows. We're gonna give this one a